Hi, Anagha. How are you today?
I'm good, Jyoti. How about you?
Yeah, I'm also good, and I'm super excited to have you here on my podcast today. And the moment I decided to start my podcast, your name came first in my mind because, of course, you have been, I have been, we started kind of, kind of together, and the journey I have been seeing, and it's so inspiring, that you have pivoted time to time, you have taken hard decisions, I feel, and today you're so successful. I mean, in so so it's really exciting for me because this podcast has started to inspire others and to share these inspiring journeys and stories online so that even they can even if it helps like few of them, I would be really happy if it
Yes.
helps to change their lives. So yeah, so welcome to Mindspark podcast, and let's get started.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I've known you for such a long time. I think it's a pleasure to be on your podcast.
Thank you, thank you. My first question for you is like, who is Anagha today? Like, what do you think about yourself? And do you think you're successful today? You've done it all, or no? Like, yeah.
So, so success, I think, first of all, is very subjective. It's different for different people and at different stages of life. So, if you were to say Anagha from 2018, looking at Anagha from 2023, 24, then I would definitely say that Anagha from 2018 is looking at me right now as a very successful person. This was the dream she had, so achieving that dream. But if you look at me right now, I would say I still have a long way to do. I've not done it all. I have so many things to do, and that's pretty much the that is the vision that I have, that I want to do a lot in life. It need not be like, oh, big cars and big apartments. I'm not saying no for those beautiful things in life, but that is not just the only vision that I have. But yes, so success can keep changing, and I'll keep looking forward to be more successful with each passing year, I guess. And to answer your first question, who is Anagha? It's a very I thought about, I have thought about this myself before, and I don't think I got a concrete answer for this. All I could think of myself was, I'm an online entrepreneur. I am a daughter, sister, wife, a dog mom, very proud dog mom. and and I'm just this friend this anybody can rely on. I can bet anything on that, that if somebody comes to me and opens themselves out and puts their trust in me, that trust will be very safely kept. I strongly believe in being non-judgmental, because everybody has their own journey and path. So I don't want to be judgmental since I've not walked their walk. And I feel this world is already has a lot of evil and like difficult things already.
Yeah.
So I think little more kindness would help. So from everybody. So I believe in being a little more kind to anybody that I can be.
Totally agree. Totally agree. And looking around, and even like in my journey as well, I feel like that is what is missing today in the world. Like everybody's become so selfish and so self-centered that
Yeah,
your world is becoming smaller, and then
true.
yeah, nobody cares for others, and kindness, of course, I can't see around. So I think that's the reason, like few of us, can be like carry the beacon of hope or that some kindness, because I think there are very rare people and very few people in this world today who feel
True.
that sensitiveness or that kindness in their heart.
Absolutely
So we
right.
have huge responsibility. Yeah. So tell me, how did you start your journey? Like, how your career started and like how it has progressed.
Yeah. So when I graduated as an engineer, but I knew I didn't want to be an engineer,
Mhm.
because that was the easy way out,
Right.
go get into engineering and then figure out life.
Yeah.
And when I was in my fourth year engineering itself, I decided I want to be a wedding planner, because that's
Okay.
something I was very much in love with the idea, and I did. become. So in the next 2 years, what happened though was life happened, and I changed 6 jobs in 2 years, and ultimately I felt very like, and in different industries and different things that I did in those 6 jobs, and it just felt like I don't know what I want anymore, and I was so lost, and I was so hopeless about, because let me tell you, I am a very ambitious career oriented girl. So a career oriented girl with no career, that was a bad combination.
Oh
I
my God.
I, I
Totally
would
can
say,
relate.
right, I would, looking back at say 2019, 2018, that was a phase when I believe I was in depression, but I did not have the awareness that it was depression.
Okay.
I was just living. I remember crying almost every night. I
Mhm.
remember comparing myself to everybody that I knew, my cousins, my friends, my peers, my colleagues.
Mhm.
It just didn't feel right. So, but ultimately what happened was, towards the end of 2019, my friend told me that, Anagha, you're very active on Instagram. I saw this, there is some digital marketing course, why don't you do it, because I know you're not happy with what you're doing right now. And
Mhm.
she forwarded a link. It was of a course, a digital marketing course, and that was the first time I heard the term digital marketing properly.
Okay.
And I went over a sales page, which by then I didn't know was a sales page. I thought it's just a
Right.
website. And it took me about 2 3 days, Jyoti, to kind of decide, because I was underpaid. I was, my salary was very less, and to put in that money into a course, it was almost little more than my monthly salary. It was very like, it was a very hard decision to make at that point. I didn't even know if it would work out, right?
Mhm.
With all the courage that I had in my heart, I put that money out and I bought the course, and rest is history, I say, because
Okay.
it changed the whole thing. It showed me a world that I never knew. It was like Harry Potter I mean, it was like Hermione going into the Harry Potter world
Mm.
from the Muggles world. So
Right.
it was just like, wow, this something like this exists. So yes,
Mm.
that's how I began, and then eventually a lot of courses, masterclasses, a lot of people that I interacted with, so many different ways and sources that I learned from. I became a social media manager.
Right. So this was during the pandemic, right? Or
Yeah.
after?
No, this was like everything began before the pandemic began. I quit my previous job, and then I started learning, and I started getting my first few beta clients right in January, February of 2020. And then COVID was just a blessing, because everything then boomed and I was able to make my way out.
Exactly, exactly. But just to back it up, like, how, I mean, I have also, faced depression. It comes in phases. It never goes away, I feel, because, and I feel, there are some, I don't know whether lucky or unlucky, but there are very few people who have this extra sensitive nature, and we are constantly finding our purpose, I feel, in life. And it's
Yeah.
very important for people like us to have the purpose, because I've seen
Yeah.
people who can just live around day to day and be happy, doing
Yeah.
nothing and just enjoying life and take life as it comes. But I think we are the, I don't know, unlucky people, as I said, that we are constantly having this notion in our
Need to
mind.
have this.
Yeah, and we always want to do something like something greater in life and for the good of the people, I feel.
True, true.
Yeah. So, like, how did you cope up with the time when you were like going through this? You were between jobs, you were not happy, you were depressed. What kept you going, and what did you see in the future? Okay, fine. How did you come out of it, and what are the techniques what you used for yourself?
So, like I said, at that time, two things here. One is, yes, I had depression coming back to me again in 2022. So that was a time where I was more aware and I was able to tackle it better. But when I was in depression in, I think, 2018, 19, I didn't know I was in depression. I didn't know, I was just like crying, and I mean, I knew the concept of mental health and depression, but I didn't know I was going through it myself. So what happened was, I was just trying to, there was this one thing that kept me going, I would say, hope. I
Okay.
hoped that better things are coming my way. I hoped that things will be okay soon. And I kept trying. Another thing, one is hope, and the other thing is, I would say, courage. I had this courage. When I say that, yes, I changed 6 jobs in 2 years, but I had the courage to do that. I had the courage to quit the job when I didn't feel like continuing. When I didn't enjoy my job, I just quit it. I did have the privilege as well of a good family backing me up, but at least I had the courage to move forward with that, and only hope that maybe this job something will turn out better. Maybe this project that I'm working on will help me, give me a way to survive and like move forward. That is what actually kept me moving forward, and that is why my seventh thing actually clicked.
Okay, okay. But how about the financial like background or help, because I know, I mean, I'm saying from my experience as well, we are also very financially independent, like
Yeah.
girls. So we don't like to take money from anyone. So how did you manage on that front then?
Yes. So basically, what I was doing is I live for the certain things nowadays, because I had these days when I would just look at the price tag of an outfit that I like. I couldn't afford and I wouldn't buy. I would just come back home empty-handed because I couldn't buy it.
Hmm.
And like I said, I didn't want. I had my father's, as in he's an upper class, upper middle class family,
Hmm.
and my I was married by 2018, so my husband was also having a good business running. But I could have, but I, like I said, that independence,
Yeah.
that weirdness to ask money was just coming in between of everything, and I would just look at that and just let it go.
Hmm.
And then there was this, I clearly remember this phase where I would wait for the bus to pick me up, like to go back from my to go back from work to home. And right next to my bus stand was the chart center. And when I would wait for the bus, I could smell, and I love charts. I love like Indian good, like
Hmm.
the street food chart. And I remember, so I had an allotted budget. I'm very good with money management. So I had an allotted budget per month that this much I can spend on charts. And I had to, like, I couldn't finish it in a week's time, right? I had to
Hmm.
manage it well for the full 4 weeks.
Right.
So there were so many days that I would just control my urge to eat that chart because I didn't have the money to do.
Hmm.
It
Hmm.
was just as simple as that. Because
Yeah.
this is the one of the reasons that I have this thing that every Wednesday I go to work in a cafe, and I do not look at the price, the menu. I just look at what I want to eat and I order. And every Wednesday, this is just a reminder to myself that I've come a long way.
Right, right, definitely. That is
Yeah.
so beautiful and powerful thing what you said, because from like I also come from middle class, and I mean kind of a lower middle class, and I know what you mean, that it is so difficult. We are coming from a family where we have to share always. We can never have the full chocolate. You can always have to share, cut it into four parts, and
Yeah.
then when now we have come like so long, and now we can, okay, we don't have to think about that. But that also, I feel it makes us I don't know if it happens with everyone, but definitely with me, I feel like so humble and
Yeah.
so grateful that, okay, at least God has given this opportunity to us, and we could work and come this way, that we don't have to and these are small small things which matter so much in life. It's not like, as you said in the beginning, as I was saying, as you said in the beginning, it's not like we want like crores of rupees, or we want like a big bungalow or car. That is okay. That is like a byproduct. And as you said, if it comes, it's good.
Yeah.
But when the small, small things, I think, makes us, gives us that ultimate happiness,
True.
which matters in life, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, this is another thing that I wanted to add is I wanted a I wanted a puppy from when I was like, I don't remember. I was a very little kid when I wanted a puppy, and my parents never agreed because obviously it's a big responsibility.
Right.
And so I kept on, so almost for 15 years I waited to have a puppy. And even like, even when my husband initially told that, we can get a puppy, I was like, no, wait, I'm not financially independent yet.
Hmm.
I live on like paycheck to paycheck, and I'm saving this much from my each monthly salary. Where will I won't be able to have a puppy. And puppy is my dream, not my husband's dream. So I'm not going to use your money to kind of fund my dog.
Right.
And looking back now, I have a 3-year-old dog, and I spend lavishly on my dog, and I love it.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the end of the day, for whom are you earning? I mean, I don't know. I have
Yeah.
seen people around me, like just it came in my mind, and that is such a stark reminder for me. One of my friends, we were working back in Bangalore, and she was like, she stayed like away from her family, and she's from Delhi, but she stayed in Hyderabad, and they both husband and wife, they earn and they saved and they bought a house, and she was doing YouTube and all these things, all these achievements. And during COVID, she expired. I mean, she died. And
Yeah.
it was like shock for me. I mean, you're just earning money and saving, okay, I will spend it later or this year or that time. And then what happened? I mean, she
Monday
just,
not there. Yeah.
yeah, the money is waste now. I mean, who will stay in the house now? So every time I have this reminder, okay, whenever I try to save or say, okay, I will not buy this for my daughter now, maybe later on. So that hits me now. Okay, fine, it's okay. You don't have nowadays, life is so unpredictable. I think you
Correct.
need to
Yeah.
decide some things, and small things, that is what stays as memories in your minds. Yeah. So next, I wanted to ask you, like, I mean, you have been like how many years in entrepreneurship? I think more than 5 years now.
4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yes.
So even I have, like, lived this life as an entrepreneur, and I'm living now, and I feel it's very lonely. And
Uh,
though you have your partner, you might have your friends. I mean, friends also, even if you have your best friend, I feel it doesn't come into this picture, because I think entrepreneurs, there are so many people who speak about entrepreneurship and there are books written about it. But when you are in that shoes, in entrepreneur shoes, it is totally different. You cannot share with your partner, you cannot share with your friends, and I think the mindset or the way we think is completely different, and it's very
correct.
difficult. I mean, it's not their fault, but it's very difficult for them to understand. And
True.
I think a mind works in different ways. So,
Yeah.
like, yeah. So how do you stay positive? Because I don't know if you're an introvert or extrovert.
I would say I'm somewhere in between. I'm not
Okay.
fully introverted. I'm not fully extroverted. I have my own days
Okay.
juggling between the two sides. But
Okay.
um, you're right. Entrepreneurship is very like lonely. The closest people that I have in my life, my husband is an entrepreneur, but he runs an offline business. Mine is an online business, so we still have that difference. We don't get each other's business that much. But all the other people that I have in my life, my closest friend, my sister, whom I'm very close to, my parents, none of them are from business background, business, environment. They all have employment. They're all employed.
Mhm.
So it's very difficult to put my thoughts to them, they understand me in every different areas of my life in different levels, but they don't understand what I go through as an entrepreneur, what is running in my mind, what I think. So whenever I have like a breakdown and I call my sister and say that this is so hard, it's just
Mm.
I don't know and everything, she says, why don't you get a job? And I'm like, that's not the solution. That's not just because I want this. I want to be, I love this, but it has its own, lows. So I don't think people understand. And what one of the things that I've tried to do is, kind of have industry friends. I have a bunch of people that I often talk to, I would say, and they're not extremely in my like closest circle, but still I have different people who are friends, so who are also in the online business. So because of this, what happens is, even though they don't know all different areas of my life, they still know a good chunk of who Anagha is and what her life is. And also a major part of, we have like long conversations about like life and business and the decisions we take, suggestions sometimes. And it's beautiful how I strongly believe that this woman is a woman's enemy is a very, very wrong thing that's spread across in the world.
Mm.
Uh, because I can think of just my husband who has supported me, who's a man, and the rest of the whole tribe that is behind my back are women, and they're always cheering me up. They're always there. That girl tribe, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that is what helps me keep going. So one is my online community of entrepreneurs who are my friends, and my offline friends as well, who they don't understand what I'm going through. They just tell, good job, you hit some number, it looks good on the internet, you look, your reel is good, or some suggestions that, you know what, this your video can be better like this, and some consumer point of view. But they're just there to back me up. So that's what keeps me going. Ultimately, another thing that I think keeps me going is my why, like why I want to do this. You just said it, right? Like we
Yeah.
just discussed that there is that need to do. It's that pull that we don't know from where, who is pulling us, but we want to do it. That want that is there from the inside, that's what keeps me going.
Yeah.
I And also, I don't think I have a plan B. If this does not work out, I don't know what else I will do. I'll go back to being
Yeah.
depressed, so I'd rather not.
That was my next question actually. That if you are not a business coach today, if you are not like
Yeah,
what you are today, then what would be your
true.
alternate yeah, career or maybe yeah, purpose?
Yeah. While I say I don't have a plan B, I do. What I do know is, no matter, like, for example, another thing you could think of is, because my expertise is Instagram, a third party platform and app, right?
Right.
I do know a lot of marketing, but also major part of it revolves around an app.
Hmm.
For example, if the app vanishes tomorrow, like for example, it just gets banned, or something happens, and something happens, then obviously I'll come to like ground zero and I will wonder what happened.
Yeah.
And but one thing that I know is I'm a multi-passionate woman. I have several interests. So I think I will, now that I know what I did back in 2020 when I didn't even know digital marketing, to getting like multiple clients, to helping other people to do this,
Hmm.
I know that if I put my heart into something, I will definitely like be able to succeed. So, couple of like funny, like couple of fun things that I have thought to myself that I can do if Instagram vanishes. I keep thinking this: if
That's the
Instagram
worst nightmare of a content creator, I feel.
Yes, yes. But if it does happen, or if I lose my mind in this, or something like that happens, so another thing, something around marketing would be great. Like I'm interested, so some other niche industry with marketing itself, that would be
Hmm.
something.
Hmm.
I would love to be a dog trainer. I've trained my dog myself, so I think I
Wow.
can be a dog trainer. Maybe some more like 1 2 years of studying about dogs and temperaments and stuff like that. That would be a great idea. And interior designing is also something I'm very interested in. I did a course back in, like, before I started my online journey. I did a course on interior designing as well. Just did not work out at that time. I think that could be a great one.
Okay.
So multiple things that and also acting, like I've done a movie, so I don't that could also, I absolutely loved being on camera, so I think that also can, several things.
Yeah, I think that is the advantage of being multi-passionate. And I mean, in today's world, everybody's asking you to niche down, niche down, niche down. But I feel, people like us, I mean, I am also multi-passionate, and that is a kind of a bane and a both, like both
Yeah, true,
ways.
true,
Yeah,
true, true.
because people keep saying, oh, you do that also good, and this also good. And I'm like, no, I want to do just one thing, we focused on one thing. But yeah, about acting, I mean, you didn't speak about it before. Like, tell me your experience and how did you come out about the project and how was the experience?
Yeah, so this was again back in the time when I was struggling to like get a job and like do things. I mean, I did have a job. I always had a job, even though I was switching jobs. There was no phase where no month that I was not working or getting a paycheck. That was there. I always made sure that I had another job before I quit the previous one and everything. But
Same,
uh,
same, I said. Because we have that, I don't know, I have that financial insecurity. I always want to have like 2 to 3 months of survival money in my bank
money.
account, and then I would be like feeling little okay.
That's right. So acting, what happened was, it was a random day. I was scrolling through Facebook that day. Usually not a Facebook person. I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw this from a mutual friend community itself. This person, the director, is not a complete stranger to me. So I saw that they were planning to do his first movie, and he was looking to cast for a few roles. And I was like, let me try, because I've done school, skits and dramas in school. And so I was interested to be, or like play a role, play a character. So like, let's see, Vesabi, I'm not doing anything solid. I'm not doing anything very focused and great. So let me try this. I auditioned to the role of the lead role, sister's character.
Okay.
And I did the audition, I got selected. And they called me and told that you're selected for the role. And I was now scared that my parents will not agree. Like, we're all that, you like I said, like we're all middle class people whose parents will agree to do like a movie and stuff like that. I was like, damn, now what do I do? I thought I would not get selected, but I did. So what do I do? I first went and told my mom. My mom is a stricter one. My dad is usually the nicer parent.
Right.
But my mom was at home. My dad was at work. So I went and told my mom that, Amma, I got selected in this thing. I simply applied and I got selected. For my surprise, she supported me. She was like, wow, that's a great opportunity. Try it. It's great. Like, no problem. Try it. And my dad came home later that evening and he was completely against it. It's usually the opposite in my house. Whenever I ask something, my dad supports and my mom says no. But that day it was an opposite situation. But my dad is somebody that will never restrict me. He said his opinion that no, but he never restricted, or there's no concept of permission. You do what you want. I don't agree with this. That's it. So I have that feeling. So I ended up, continuing with that. 3 days later, I get a call from the director again saying, I sent you a second script. Please audition for that also. I was like, okay, like some other role. I auditioned for that, and almost about 1 week later, which is about 1 day before I left for the practice. What is it called? There's some technical term.
Rehearsal or something?
Rehearsal, yeah.
Okay.
And like a workshop, like an acting workshop.
Okay.
So 1 day before that or so, he called me and told, you're selected for the lead role. You're not doing the sister's role. And I was like, damn, wait, now how do I tell my parents? They thought it's just about 3-4 scenes in the entire movie. It's okay. But now the lead role is going to be pretty much like half or 45%, 80% of the movie. So I'm like, how do I now tell them? But I told my mom again, assuming that she'll support, and she did. She was like, no problem, go ahead. It's okay because you're interested in that. Try it. So again, my dad was like, no, but I went ahead and the whole movie happened.
Wow, amazing. I mean, that is like, like how many people this incident can happen to. I mean, it's very rare and so amazing. But how was the experience like? Did you have to by heart the lines, or you could do that, or you had some help, or like how is the process?
Yeah. So, because we had that acting workshop and a rehearsal, we did about, I think, 3-4 days of very intense rehearsal, that made me feel comfortable with my character and with the people I was playing in the sharing the screen with. And that kind of helped me definitely. I was more comfortable with what I had to do. And after the rehearsal and the movie, there was a good, I think, 1 month of gap for the shoot, rehearsal and the shoot. There was a 1 month gap because I had to figure out some location and things like that. And that is the time when I was because I was at my place, right? Like not in front of the director and other people, which get word. So at my place, I went over the script so many times that I didn't necessarily have to by heart any line, but I kind of understood what the character would say at this situation.
Right.
And thankfully, I did not have like very long monologues that I had to really remember each word of.
Yeah, I saw just a couple of scenes which you shared because I couldn't see the movie, but I saw a couple of shots which you.
ಆಯ್ತು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಪ್ಪ ಪಾಕೆಟ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಪಿಜಿಲಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ನನ್ನ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳುದಿಲ್ವಾ?
ಹಾ ಹೇಳಿ.
ಐ ಆಮ್ ದಾಮೋದರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪುತ್ತೂರು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಳಗೆ ದೂಡೆ ಅಂತ ಮನೆ.
And you like this very innocent, cute, next door girl, who could like just talk more, I think, from the expressions than the dialogues.
True. It was more of a small town girl going to a bigger city to explore job and stuff. So that was my character. very fun thing to play.
Yeah, that's amazing. So what did you what takeaways did you take from the movie set, from working with so many people, and then you felt like, okay, I've learned so much. What kind of things did you feel?
Yes. Number one lesson would be that I felt, damn, it takes so much of work to actually make a movie. Because when we watch as an audience, because that was my first ever experience, right? Otherwise, I'm just an audience watching a movie
Right.
and just dismiss the movie saying, bah, bad movie. Right?
Mm,
Like, I do agree that bad movies are bad movies, but
yeah.
every, like, there is that light person keeping the light, there is that videographer, his assistant, there are so many people serving food for the whole set, the people who are creating the sets that we want, and then there's this director who keeps like doing managing all of these things, and there's producer, then there's actors, smaller role people, like person who comes in just for one role, one for passing by characters, so many things,
Yeah.
so many people. It takes so much of time, effort, money, energy, creativity, so many things to actually make a movie. I felt I now I'm more careful when I judge a movie. I feel like it's okay, let's just be
Yeah.
little more
Yeah,
that is one
definitely.
thing. And but the other like lessons would be, one of the other very good thing that I learned was how like the camera, like of course the movie cameras, not the features and things, but I learned the angles and how you can actually shoot, which is what helped me when I like started my YouTube channel.
Right.
Because I knew, okay, if I'm walking from here and I want a foot, I have to take from here, then I have to take from here, and then like, so there should be three angles, one for the foot. So I realized all of these things because I was interested in
Right.
this. I watched how the director told, okay, let's move the camera to that angle because he's coming from this side, the left side angle, everything. Like that
Oh,
was, nobody taught me, but just because of observation, I was able to learn that. And I'm like extremely grateful for being able to get that kind of an experience. And other than that, I would say just that experience of doing something very very different, which is not at all on the cards anywhere.
yeah.
So that taught me that if there is a strange thing that you feel like doing, you should do it, which is also what I did when I learned surfing. I learned surfing out of like
Yeah.
anywhere, that was nowhere in the plan initially. I watched a YouTube video of somebody doing surfing, and I was like, "Oh wow, I want to learn this." And turns out there is a surfing lesson right here, very close to my house, like just about half an hour's drive. I was like, "Why
Okay.
am I not doing this? I should be doing." So I
Mm.
did that, and now the next thing on my plate is skating, because I used to skate as a child, and
Okay.
just for 6 months, and that's the lesson that I learned. Like the movie taught me that you can try different things in life, and it'll give you a very different experience that nothing else can probably, that thing will only teach you that joy. So
Yeah. I think the confidence level is great, once you go out of your comfort zone and try something, and that satisfaction is like so great. That, oh, I can do this as well.
that gives that, forget anything else, that will show you who you are,
Yeah,
what you can do. So
true.
yeah.
So, any more movies in the pipeline?
Nothing as of now, because I'm not actively seeking that, because my career,
Right.
I've chosen my career for now.
Right.
But never saying no for anything that would come my way. If there is an opportunity that I could seek, then definitely.
Great.
It will also be a passion project, if, like there's something in the side, not never my main career. That
Right.
I'm sure of.
Right. Okay. So I'm very curious to know, like, what kind of mindset, shift you had, and also, I think the circle of entrepreneurs and the circle of the wannabes or content creators, or, they can understand the mindset, because I have also experienced, in order to do something, entrepreneurship, or start a small business, or startup, or even start a YouTube channel, needs a lot of mindset work, and you have to be in the right mindset. Otherwise, whatever you're putting out, whatever you're doing, it will never succeed. That is what I have realized. So, like, what do you think? Like, what kind of mindset you actually need in order to be on this path, in this journey, and what
Hmm.
has helped you?
Yeah, I think multiple things for that matter. It's not like one will make or break it, because there's multiple things that make it, and then multiple mindset shifts to make as well. But one of the few things that if I could point out and say would be really just to do it, like action. I keep saying this, action is a very important part. I say this because I have a few friends who really want to do something on their own from years now, right? From the time of like college and graduation. So it's been about 6-7 years since I graduated. From that time, I'm hearing them say that, you know what, I want to do, like, I want to start my own dash. It can be a cafe, it can be a small, whatever. So I do understand for certain things, so many other things also have to align. So if you have to start a cafe, then there's like a whole lot of investment, research, and things like that would be involved. But so at least do something, like put an action, move in that direction, then things might roll out. For example, in the same way as I'm talking about the food industry, I'm saying I know somebody here, like a cousin's friend in my city, that she is very interested in cooking and like doing things. So with her corporate job, what she's doing is in the weekends she cooks and delivers food, because ours is a tier 2 city, it's not a very big city. All around the city she is able to deliver about 10 packages every like weekend, right? And it's beautiful because I also ordered from her. So what she does is by Wednesday or Thursday she puts out the menu for the weekend.
Right.
Saturday lunch she puts out a menu. Sunday lunch she puts out a menu. You have to place your order by Friday. She gets it delivered to your house. So this is a small step. She will have so many customer base by now.
Yes.
All she does is using her WhatsApp and like Instagram community to, it's very small community, 400, 500. Okay, I'm talking about that number. And WhatsApp community, friends and family and everything. That is who's like, I'm her friend's cousin that ordered from her. But I am her customer base. She has my it
Right.
on her Excel sheet. Now tomorrow if she's going to do like want to start a cafe, she has my data. She can reach out to me for word of mouth. She can reach out because I love her food. I will
Right.
definitely 5 other people that I know.
Yeah.
This is your first step. So the mindset shift, if you want to start something, should be, I want to start it right away. I want to put in action now. What is in my capacity, the time, energy, money, with what I have right now, what can I do? Think of that, there is a way. Simple thing to say is, I believe is, there is, you can see in bigger cities like Bangalore, I've seen people who rent out two-wheeler for a day and deliver through food through Zomato. So if there is a way, if there is a will, there is a way.
Definitely.
So I think that is a mindset shift people have to make, other than creating excuses like, oh, I don't have a bike, I don't have investment for a cafe, I don't have the skill, I don't know how to do it. If you don't know how to do it, just damn learn it.
Yeah.
Right? That is a mindset shift that I would say anybody to make.
Yeah, true. I mean that is the thing, half the ideas I think are lost because of it's not executed, and by the time, and the world has become so fast. Nobody's going to wait for you to figure out and then do. I mean, by the time you do, somebody else
Somebody else has already done this. This is my own client has come to me with that I couldn't do it for whatsoever reason. She told like I couldn't do it because I kept giving reasons to move it to like next month and next quarter and things like that. By the time somebody else did it and went viral with that idea, I should have done it.
Yeah.
I think universe gives many people ideas, the same idea.
Yes.
The person who executes it wins. The other people just look at them.
Yeah, exactly. I think it also needs a lot of courage and guts. I mean, that's what, even I feel like people take content creators and YouTubers and the people who are showing their face on cameras. They're just making video. They're just sitting in front of the camera, but it's not that easy. It's not easy to show your face, be vulnerable, show your weaknesses, and do it consistently, every day on the camera. It's not a joke,
And like you said, specifically, content creation is such a, I know many people say, she just blogs or things like that. It's so, it needs so much courage. Like for simple way to put it, you're putting not just your vulnerable side, your life, your so many like flaws and everything out there. for people to judge. Like, for example, I started my YouTube channel about 2.5 years ago, and I'm still at 1,000 subscribers. Okay. People will see that. Am I ready to take that? That is also that is the courage that comes from within, right? Like, yes, people grow their, say, YouTube channel from 0 to 100K or even 500K million within 1 to 2 years. And my subscribers are still at 1,000. Am I ready to face that? That also is important. If you're ready to face that, that is the reason why content creators can be termed courageous, because they're ready to face that. That's why they've done it.
Yeah, true.
Multiple creators.
Yeah, I mean, and there will be, I think, the supporters are always less, and the judgment and the trolling and the negative comments are more. And I think it takes a lot of courage, because there are also, like, people also say, oh, once I be viral, I'll be happy, or once I get to this number, I'll be happy. And recently, one of my reels went viral, and the kind of negative comments, oh my God, it was like, you have positive comments, but at one comment, like 2-3 days, I was so restless and I was so upset, and I'm like, oh, you start questioning everything what you're doing and what you're not doing, and it's crazy. I mean,
I totally relate. I'll tell you, my reel about waking up at 5 a.m. went viral.
Yeah.
And the comments, a lot of people asked, oh, how do you do that? Like, good comments, those, I love your courage, I love your discipline and stuff like that. But there were a good number of, oh, you don't have any other responsibilities, that's why you're able to wake. No, I have responsibilities. That is why I wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Right? And also, another thing very funny was, eventually, like, by now, I've changed my schedule back to 7 a.m. because I'm more, at this stage of my life, I'm more comfortable at 7 a.m. And somebody very crazy, they remember that I wake up early, and they texted me and DM'd me and told, you put the 5 a.m. reel only to show off. You're not really waking up early. I'm like,
oh my God.
I woke up at 5 a.m. for good 1.5 years of my life. And now you just go.
I want to ask that person, are you waking up at 5 a.m. first?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that kind of insensitive comments one should be ready to, face.
Yes, definitely. And that is what I have, like, I literally actually stopped watching the comments, because it was, making me not good. And also I realized that, okay, it's not about, I mean, some people have so much of time, to just go and find out and then comment and all. And but I think we need to focus on the good as well, and just keep doing what you're doing. I mean, things will follow. Good things.
True. Congratulations on your viral reel.
Thank you. So it's like, and that is what also the mindset I was talking about. That's what happened. Even I was that person who was feeling, oh, once I be viral, one reel, will go viral, then maybe people will notice my work, and maybe, I will get that credit or the due which I'm like waiting for, because I'm creating content for almost 5 years now. Yeah, and but it went viral and nothing changed. And also I started creating content not with that thought. I thought, okay, I want to put good content. I don't want for people to decide what I should post. I should post what I want, what I feel that will help people, and what I want to share with people. And I changed that mindset, and you won't believe it. Within that week, the reel went viral. So I think mindset, that is what has made me realize it's everything. Mindset is everything.
True. I think it reflects, like, I'm spiritual, so I know that what you give out comes back. So if we keep giving that desperation vibe that I want something very desperately, it doesn't happen. When you surrender and, put that intention out that I want some virality, or I want some X amount of money, it'll happen.
Yeah.
It has happened. That's what is manifestation, right? So the more desperate you become, the more it runs away from you.
Totally agree. So, what is your advice? I mean, of course, you have spoken so many gems on this podcast, but what is the tips or the advice you would like to give for the young entrepreneurs, or the entrepreneurs, not young, but even nowadays, a lot of women in their 40s and 30s, and like, it makes more sense also. And also it's like an opportunity, I feel, because since women have so many responsibilities, other response. It's like working 5 full-time jobs, I feel. So if they can just be at home and do their side hustle or main business or create content, whatever, why not? So this is like also very powerful. So like, what do you
Yeah.
feel like? What advice you would like to give?
So what I think is, like you said, it's a great opportunity for women who have, who do not like, who are not able to get out to get a job. They can still have some kind of a financial income, like financial support for themselves. So for people like you and I who are not ready to, get somebody else's money,
Yeah.
and so I think what I believe is, one thing is, you should never ever, no person in this earth, woman, man, child, whatever it is, wife, or whatever you are, you should never surrender yourself to anybody so much that you forget who you are and what you are. Surrender not just to dominate, but what I'm saying is, all, like, I've seen enough number of women just forget their existence, and they don't take care of themselves, they don't eat well, they don't have time for exercising, they don't have time to just relax one day or week. They serve their family so much. I mean, I know sometimes they have to do it, they don't have a choice, they're forced to do, or they're conditioned to do it. But all I want to say is, step out a little bit, start taking an hour a day for yourself. In 24 hours, 1 hour for yourself. And slowly start doing things. It need not be side hustle alone. I'm talking about people who are really busy and really don't have the time for it. 1 hour is something you can definitely try to figure out in your schedule. And what I want you to do is start with self-work, your mental health, your physical health, and eventually move to financial health, I would say. Because the foundation is your mental and physical health. Health is a priority, right? So once that is sorted, you'll be able to use that 1 hour for something else eventually.
Yeah,
So,
right. I totally agree and relate to what you're saying, because I can, I mean, it happens. I mean, the society has, I mean, it's good that things are changing. Women themselves are realizing and changing for the better, but it's a long way to go. I feel we say that we are in 21st century, but nothing has changed for a woman. I mean, however educated you are, however financially independent you are, however smart you are, however beautiful you are, nothing matters. I mean, the rules and the things are same. We have to cook, and the expectations are so huge. I feel, from a woman, I feel she has to look good, she has to maintain her weight, she has to go and earn money, and she has to come and cook at home, and she has to take care of the child. I mean, so many responsibilities, so many expectations. It's very easy for a woman to succumb or surrender. Okay, fine. It's fine. I'm happy with what I have, and maybe I my life is for my kid or for my husband, and to maintain the family and to make sure that they are happy and they are fine. What about you? Where are you in on this?
True.
So recently, I just watched a movie, and that made me really realize that it's so like in that movie that she says, I mean, she commits a suicide, and she is, because she's not able to manage the expectations, and at the end she just says that, I try to be a good daughter, I try to be a good wife, I try to be a good teacher, a good sister. I failed, and it was so powerful. I mean, like, why only we have to be like so good? Yeah. Yes. So thank you so much for this message, and also I really feel I'm very passionate. I feel about women who just succumb and just surrender and think that this is what this life is, and not do anything more.
True.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we spoke about this.
Yes, definitely. I mean, that is what, as you said earlier, the women tribe. You need this kind of strong women around you.
Yes, and women are the ones who have to support other women who are going through things like this. Like, there could be one friend who is a little more in power, or a little more has more freedom, time, money, whatever it is, to help another one who does not have that, to get her out of that well that she is probably falling into. So that's what I strongly believe in. You help a friend as much as you can. Like, everybody has their own capacity, so help in whatever capacity you can. Don't bring another woman down.
Totally true. Agreed.
And she's already battling so many wars. We don't, women, it shouldn't be one more war to fight. Like another woman should not find that way.
Exactly. I just wish this message passes to many people, many more people, and they also start spreading this message. And yes, then we can also find lots of chairs and seats on the table.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So what plans, what for the future? Like, what have you? Anything big coming, or you're like have any future plans? Like, what is it?
One thing that I have planned this year is not, I hustled a little bit last year and I did not enjoy it. So, one thing that I want to do this year is definitely not hustle, spend some time with myself and work hard. I am a hard worker. I will work. Work is never going to be a third or fourth priority. It's always priority number two. But there should be a good balance, I think. So, that's what so I don't really know what big things I want to aim at this year because I'm looking more of it from a balance perspective. But a couple of good, like small wins that I've. One of the good things that I have done is I have enrolled myself into ICF certification, which is a coaching certification. So I feel more credible to be a coach. I think that's something that's a small win.
Congratulations. It's a step, of course. I mean, and it shows your authenticity and that need that okay, you want to level yourself up and make sure to pass on that trust and be that authoritative. Yeah. It shows your personality.
So they teach us how to be better coaches, and I really want to be a better coach for my clients. So that's the reason why I enrolled into that. So that is a big move. It could be small from the outer perspective, but from the inner perspective, it's a big move because I'm letting everything else in my business be to prioritize and focus on my clients. So usually what I say, client delivery over client acquisition.
Right.
Deliver to your client as best as you can over getting more and more clients. So,
yeah, definitely. I mean, it's as as you said, like a step back to have like more 5 to 6 steps better in the future.
True.
Makes complete sense. Thank you so much, Anagha, for coming today and having this beautiful conversation. I mean, that is the reason also I started this podcast because when you talk with these like amazing people like you have so much of perspective and so many learnings and I mean, as I'm talking these days, you feel so much of mindset shifts and like positivity and inspiration. So amazing. Thank you so much for coming today and talking to us.
Thank you so much, Jyoti, for inviting me. It was such a lovely conversation with you, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm hoping that, like you said, even if there are two people whose life changed because of this, I think that would be immensely grateful. I would be immensely grateful for that.
Definitely. Same here. And I will also be looking forward to meet you in person because I'm coming in summer to India. So definitely.
That's exciting. I would love to meet you. Yes. Please text me when you're here.
Thank you so much, guys, for listening. And you can check it out, the video podcast on YouTube, and also you can listen to Spotify. So please listen and share your feedback, share your messages, and spread the message what we're trying to share here today. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, Anagha.
Bye, Jyoti.